Right, so here's where we left off. This is 21 hours ago, so we're talking 26th of May and 25th of May here. So, a man 23 fighting for his life after being stabbed in East London. A man's fighting for his life after being stabbed. Paramedics were called to St Paul's Way in Mile End, in Tower Hamlets, around 4:30 p.m. So, he suffered multiple wounds. He was in critical conditions after being stabbed in Tower Hamlets. The detectives are investigating the stabbing incident, but at the early hours of the morning, he passed away, so he's dead now. It's now a murder investigation. Right. Now, Redbridge MPS, they received calls at around 4:20 p.m. to a fight in Cambridge Park area of Wanstead. Thankfully, there was no serious injury. An 18-year-old man was treated at the hospital for a cut to his cheek, so it was a slashing. It sounds like an attempted stabbing or something like that. And here in Norwich, an 18-year-old man has been arrested following a stabbing in a Norwich park. Another park incident. Lots of stabbings happen around parks in London and around the UK. So a man was stabbed in Norwich, and that was earlier today. There's another blaze, 40-foot container with gas cylinders at the Oval racetrack at Water Lane. So, West Sussex Fire and Rescue are dealing with that. Be careful there. It happened earlier. The fire crews and Specialist Oslo Wildfire Unit are working in attendance at Stony Castle Rangers for dealing with a heath fire. So that's a heath, like a forest fire. Yep. The young man, this is the 999 feed. 999 reported actually later than me. I reported way earlier than the 999 feed on this on Twitter. So it's now a murder investigation inquiry now for the Tower Hamlets stabbing. More missing people. Another road closed up in Surrey. Police are on the hunt for a knife man after somebody was stabbed near a children's play area. And that was over in Birmingham, Humphreys Road, Low Hill, at 5 a.m. on Bank Holiday Monday. Which is today, by the way. This is all happening right now. And a heavy emergency service presence at Bookham after reports of a vehicle on fire. Police chase after two men were cut and stabbed and assaulted in Yorkshire. Police embark on a high-speed chase with two suspects after another two men were cut and others were assaulted in the Yorkshire Caravan Park. 3 people trapped in an overturned park at Stump Cross. In Aberdeen, the cafe was attacked with thieves who ransacked it and smashed through the windows and ran off with the till. And here we've got footage from Paisley Road West in the south of the city in Glasgow. There's video footage of thugs filmed attacking woman with a tree branch and other wooden things, so wooden sticks basically. A knife point robbery as well. Teen threatened at knife point robbery. A girl who robbed a woman. Oh yeah, she went on a rampage. I remember reading the report of this. It might actually be, this girl is actually wanted for a lot of things. Let's see, she's only 16 as well. She's going on like a crime spree. Let's have a look at the Gazette and Herald. Look. A girl who robbed a woman of £7 at knife point is also said to have told another woman she would burn down her hairdressing salon. But let's bring up the charge sheet on this woman. She's wanted for 12 consecutive charges. So, threatening a witness, assaulting an emergency worker, assaulting a woman, damaged an unmarked police car, damaged a hair salon window, possession of a bladed article, a robbery, possession of a bladed article in New Park Street again, threatening a woman that you will burn down her hairdressing salon. Then she sent a text message conveying false information to a woman with the purpose of causing distress or anxiety, so fear tactics. So this girl, she also intimidated 2 witnesses that she earlier assaulted, intending thereby to cause the investigation to be obstructed, perverted or interfered with. And then she also damage to Elm Church wall. I don't know what that's about, but yeah, she's on a little spree there. So let's go on now. That's her. Where is she on her rampage? Somewhere around the UK. Up north, I think, in Birmingham maybe. 2 teens charged over the Birkby motorbike shooting. They're to appear in court. The charges include possession of a shotgun and another weapon and aggravated vehicle taking. So look at that, that's in the state. We've got a man arrested now for armed robbery of the Ladbrokes Bookmakers. That's the betting office in West London. A man's been arrested in connection with armed robbery at Ladbrokes Bookmakers in West London. And there, we're up to date on this. I'll take it back down to some stuff we missed here. Here's the beginning of us. Contact us at streetpatroluk@gmail.com and follow us on Twitter at patrol_UK. You'll be given a live feed, a live threat feed. And here we have a couple of earlier ones that I missed. A suspected moped gang member was chased down after a jewellery robbery. This was earlier on over in West London. This was at I think Azir's Jewellery in Maida Vale. A gang of moped thieves, a suspected moped gang member, was chased down by a member of the public, like vigilantes, after a West London jeweller shop was robbed. 4 men were arrested after a group of moped riders armed with knives, a hammer and a crowbar targeted the store in Maida Vale in northwest London. That's just north of Kilburn. I used to live over there. 1 man was held by members of the public at the scene as Metropolitan Police officers were called at around 5:12 p.m. on Monday afternoon. It's a very specific time there. Footage circulated on social media shows members of the public attempting to stop the group, who were dressed in all black, from making off outside Amir Jewellers. Yeah, it was Amir Jewellers. There it is on the screen. The suspect was treated for a minor injury in hospital and released into police custody. Last updated on Tuesday, the 21st of May 2019. So, good job there to the members of the public. You actually foiled the robbery. And they were armed as well, so you're putting yourselves in danger there. Another missing man. Heavily armed police standoff with a man with an axe. So, take a closer look at this story as well here. This is from the Argus. Armed police in standoff with a man in Tidy Street, Brighton. They were in central Brighton Street at 8:06 p.m. Police are now standing down and leaving the scene. A witness said that a very large group of people gathered outside and cordoned off to see what was going on. Police are now scaling down the operation. A witness said there is only 1 police car remaining. Ambulance and police cars have left, and I have seen some residents being allowed back into their homes. A resident of Tidy Street said 3 police cars with armed police pulled up at around 6:30 p.m. and there are police in the house with guns at the moment. They have been in there for at least 40 minutes. And there you can see the police officers with their riot shield. A Sussex police spokesman said at about 4:10 p.m. today, police were alerted to a domestic incident in Tidy Street. Both ends of the road have been closed off as a precaution. The incident is ongoing. There is no further information at this stage. A witness said that the paramedics are now also on the scene. Passerby said there's definitely heavily armed. The police have completely cordoned off the whole street, but are telling people they are not able to say what's going on. There's about 7 police officers outside the house. The residents are not able to access their homes. There's a student who's trying to get to his notebooks for university, but he can't get in his house. So then, at 6:38 p.m, Sussex police spokesman confirmed that they are dealing with a domestic incident in the street involving a male. Fire crews were also at the scene. So another witness and a resident of the street said, "It's a very quiet street normally, but they have big, massive guns, lots of them." A neighbour said that they'd been told there was a man with an axe who got it from the attic. So there was a standoff between an armed man with an axe and armed police officers. We're not actually sure what happened there, but we can be safe to assure that the axe man probably didn't get far. So let's get back on with it. May the 22nd here. Oh yeah, another stabbing over in Lewisham. A man who was found stabbed to death at his home in Lewisham has been named. Police said Barrington Davis, at age 54, was found dead at his home. And that's him there. Oh yeah, this is one I was looking for. The man in his 40s taken to hospital after a stabbing in Woolwich. A man in his 40s was stabbed in Woolwich last night, and this was on May the 22nd. So that's May the 21st that happened. And here, Daniel Devlin was out on licence when he committed the murder in Clydebank, Scotland, after securing an elderly release from prison. A moment of blood-soaked killing captured after a stabbing. That was in Scotland there. And an elderly man knocked unconscious by a scumbag who sprinted from car. So the suspect almost hit the 80-year-old victim in his car before getting out and attacking him. As you can see, it was quite a severe punch and beating that he's given him. So if anyone knows this car, identify this man, because look what he did there. That's terrible. It's not acceptable. A police officer hit on the head with a hammer in London. 2 teens were arrested for this. So a brutal hammer attack on the police officer there by 2 teenagers. You can read about this story more if you want. It's on my feed. CCTV shows London Bridge stabbed victims fighting his ISIS terrorist. Inquests into the London Bridge terror attack have been shown on CCTV. Victims fighting the terrorists even after they were stabbed. Yeah, commendable for defending everyone there against that horrendous attack. A 20-year-old man is attacked by a gang of 6 on a road in East London. Mohammed Mubin said the thugs taunted and mocked him as he was beaten with a metal pole on Good Friday. And I've got these. Police say a man has been charged with aggravated assault in the death of 42-year-old Clayton Bob. Yep, I've got up to this, so we're all up to date now. I'm going to wrap this one up. So stay tuned for the YouTube monthly recap or weekly recap when I'm going to document all of the violent crime in the UK and keep you up to date. No Filtered News Network dealing with all the serious crime. I'm going to keep all of the political and opinion pieces out of this. We're just dealing with real crime here. Be safe in the city if you're in London. You know what to do. Don't go places you shouldn't be. And I think, what's it today? The 27th of the 5th, 2019. So around 5 or 6 days time. Check back on next weekend on Monday. I'm probably going to do this on Monday. So it's Monday the 27th now. Check back next Monday for another weekly recap, and I'll keep you posted. If you want live up-to-date feeds during the week, then follow us on Twitter. Yeah, that is patrol_/UK. So at patrol_UK. Street Patrol UK. Sign that.